Friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Wacky Wednesday, which is actually just Top 5 Wednesday. So this is a Goodreads group that I'm a part of. It's called Top 5 Wednesday group, and it's always linked down below. So if you are a content creator of any kind, we have like bloggers, vloggers, booktubers, bookstagrammers, everybody is welcome. But if you need a little creativity pump up and then come hang out at that group. And the cool thing for me is that I don't edit these videos, so if I get chatty, then you're welcome. If I don't get chatty, then you're also welcome. In today's Top 5 Wednesday, the prompt was to pick the top 5 books that you DNF'd, and then when you went back to later, you ended up actually really loving them. I went a different direction with it. Okay, so here is Belly. There aren't a lot of books that I do DNF quite a bit, but typically when I go back to them, if I go back to them, I don't end up loving them, so I should just trust my instinct on if I'm gonna like a book or not. That being said, I have a stack of my top 5 authors that I gave a second chance to. So all of these books were at least the second, if not the third book that I read by these authors, and I did not like anything prior to reading this. I didn't like any of those books. So let's just get into it. This is my baby girl Bella. She's actually kind of going blind, so she knows that I'm mama, but I don't think that she really knows what's going on too much anymore. She's kind of old. Let me plug her ears. She's kind of old. I'm gonna put her up on the bed though. I think that's what she was trying to do. Okay, so here our top 5 books are. So, top 5 authors that I gave a second chance. We're gonna start with a novella. It's a horror novella. This is Night of the Mannequins by Stephen Graham Jones. So I read, so sorry. I don't know what she's doing. I think she's done. I read that trilogy, like The Only Good Indians. Is it called The Only Good Indians? I don't know. I absolutely hated it. Was thinking of just unhauling every Stephen Graham Jones book ever, never reading from him again. No idea why I picked up this novella, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna give him one more shot, and this was so fun. It's essentially a slasher, but it's like a prank that goes wrong, and I don't really want to tell you the synopsis because the synopsis just sounds weird and stupid, but the book is so good, and I don't want you to judge it based on its synopsis. Just know that it's like a young adult campy slasher, and the ending was so good. Then I read The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas, and I was like, I'm never gonna read anything by this author again because that was just awful. And I know that a lot of people love that book and that series. I couldn't stand it. I hated it. So I found this at my bookstore actually kind of recently in January, and I liked the cover, and then I read the back and I'm like, oh, it's like a sports romance, and she's like uptight and spoiled and he's kind of more down to earth, and I'm like, okay, fine, this might last Elena Armas, like this is the last chance she's getting. And you know what? She blew me out of the freaking water with this one. I loved every second of The Long Game. Highly, highly recommend it. Even if you didn't like The Spanish Love Deception, like I hated The Spanish Love Deception, but I really enjoyed The Long Game. I have read every book by this author except for her newest two, like Camp Zero or 0 Days, and there's one other one. And the only book by this author that is worth anything, in my humble opinion, is The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. Like I said, I've read everything except for her newest new releases. There was a time when I was like buying every Ruth Ware book because I thought I was gonna love her, and I hated every single book. I thought The Woman in Cabin 10, I thought that was super overrated, very lackluster. The Lion Game was just and I really just strongly disliked everything that I've read by this author until I read The Turn of the Key, which is this like nanny type thriller where this nanny is writing to a lawyer so that he can represent her, and she is accused of killing one of the two girls that she was a nanny for. And audiobook of this is so good. I know that most people that really love Ruth Ware hated this because it's the most not Ruth Ware book, but this is the only one that I've loved and like at all even liked. But it was so good, and like the creep factors there. So I would say it's a thriller, but there are horror elements and the plot twists. Alright. These last two are going to upset some people. So if you're easily offended by... I'm kind of kidding, kind of not. Okay. I don't know which one's going to be more painful to people. Okay, I will end with the most painful one, I think. I don't know. I have DNF'd. In my dreams, I hold a knife 4 times. And, I'm just not interested. So I thought that Ashley Winstead just was not for me. And no one warned me that The Last Housewife by Ashley Winstead is so dark. Like, Karen Slaughter dark. Karen Slaughter grossness. This does stuff. This goes places. You follow Shay, is her name? Shay! Oh my gosh, it's Shay. I'm so bad with names, character names. But Shay. You follow Shay and one of her best friends from college has just committed suicide. Or so that's the story. It's a very heavy book. And Shay decides to go investigate because she said that her best friend wouldn't do that. And it was suspiciously like her friend from college's death. And so she basically like goes back in time, but not really. She just goes to investigate what happened to her best friend because she doesn't believe that it was suicide. And through this investigation, she goes back to the cult that she escaped from. There's like pimps and like sex work, and there is a lot of very, very dark, grotesque things in this book, and I would not recommend it to everyone. I would definitely check the trigger warnings and just go into this one very, very, just you've been warned. That's all. And the last one is a romance. Oh, okay, there was another romance on this list. This is a very beloved author, and I absolutely adore her now. But when People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry came out, I really, really, really hated it. I didn't see the point, had no fun at all. And there was a time when my girl Emily Henry, like, I would have never thought that we would be like soulmates. See, if I ever met Emily Henry, I would die a happy girl. No, but I think I would definitely geek out if I ever met Emily Henry in real life. But I'm so sorry, I did not like People We Meet on Vacation. Okay, here's the thing though. I've since reread People We Meet on Vacation, and it's not my favorite Emily Henry book. You know, Happy Place is definitely my favorite. But I don't have as much immense hate for it as I did the first time I read it. So I don't know what was wrong with it the first time I read it, but I really just actively hated it. Now it's fine. It's kind of like a 3-star. It's like, it's an okay romance. But Emily Henry, I'm so sorry, girl. I adore you. I adore your books. I love your writing. Please don't stop writing. For some reason, I don't know, that book just didn't work out for me, but I'm so glad that I gave her another chance because, oh my goodness, so good. So here is my stack of second chance authors that I'm so happy I gave a second chance to, because these are some of my favorites now. So don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel if you're new around here, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.